Now in other news, while Israel has been facing the latest round of hostilities, tensions also rising in the Far East with China over U.S. Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, which has dominated headlines this past week. Taiwan and Israel maintain warm relations, and both countries hope to expand their collaboration in the fields of technology and economic trade. And so joining us now with more in the studio is Representative Abiya Ping Lee of the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Tel Aviv. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Taiwan and Israel have maintained warm relations for years. And now the two countries are hoping to increase this cooperation. What can you tell us about this special relationship?
Yes. Taiwan and Israel have enjoyed very friendly, close, and substantive exchanges. For the past 30 years, two governments have signed 30 agreements to expand our cooperation in the area of technology, science, trade, public health, agriculture, and to name a few. And those agreements lay a very solid foundation to people-to-people cooperations. And we have seen a very strong momentum in the trade, especially the bilateral trade. Even during the COVID, we still see a double-digit economic growth between the two countries. I would say the cooperation is very strong, and the two governments has aspiration to expand and to deepen these cooperative relations.
And how do you hope to sort of further expand these cooperations and collaborations? I understand that both Taiwan and Israel are sort of global leaders in chips, semiconductors, and technology. So what can you tell us about this?
Just as you mentioned, Taiwan dominates about 33% of global semiconductor output, about 92% of the global advanced chip, and among the 10 leading ICT equipment manufacturing companies, 7 of them had headquartered in Taiwan, accounting for 80% of OEM manufacturing market. Taiwan have a very comprehensive OEM manufacturing ecosystem, and we know Israel have a very flourishing, innovative ecosystem. If the two countries can expanding our partnership in this field, we trust the synergies we can create is more than beyond our imagination, and is also mutually beneficial for the two countries. And Taiwan also have the willingness to lend over our high manufacturing capability to Israel to help Israel upgrade from the startup nation to a scale-up nation.
To a scale-up nation. Now, Israel also maintains warm ties with Taiwan and, of course, as well with China, which has heavily invested in recent years here in Israel. Do you feel that this represents an obstacle to the Israel-Taiwan relationship?
Yeah, honestly speaking, we never overlook the Chinese factor in our diplomatic work. But most importantly, we have to look at the opportunities and to seize opportunity to expand our cooperation and partnership with a like-minded and friendly country, including Israel. And we do see the opportunities. Just as I said, that Taiwan and Israel have so much in common. We are both small countries with great people. We have to keep thriving under threat. And we also share the same value, that is democracy and freedom. So the peoples of the two sides hold very positive views toward each other. And these amicable feelings also shared by the two governments. And this is a very good foundation for our future relationship.
Now, you mentioned Israel and Taiwan have some similarities. Here in Israel, the past few days, we've had the threats and missile launches. And in Taiwan, this is also, I understand, a very tense time. Threats from China over Speaker Nancy Pelosi's recent visit. I mean, what is the situation like now in Taiwan and in the region?
Firstly, I would like to point out that Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan is in line with the framework of the existing Taiwan and U.S. relationship. We don't see any reason for China government to get so furious or even use it as a pretext to escalate the tension or its intimidation over Taiwan and over the whole region. and the air and naval military drill, the scale and the scope is unprecedented. And we know that Beijing has prepared for some time from the scale we see, and they have been doing the preparation even before a speaker's visit. Taiwan government has closely monitored the situation. We never provoked any conflict. We stay very calm, but we also very resolutely want to defend our safety and our democratic way of life. We will continue to work with our like-minded partners to safeguard the open and free Indo-Pacific.
Absolutely. All right, Representative Abiya Pingli, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
Will your children grow up Jewish? It all depends on their education. For more information about an Israeli scholarship, scan the QR code here.